Welcome to the Stevenson University Library's tutorial on searching in CINAHL. This tutorial will introduce you to CINAHL, one of our main databases for nursing and allied health literature. As you learn to take advantage of CINAHL's unique features, your searches will become more efficient and effective, saving you time and effort. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to identify the subject terms CINAHL uses to describe concepts and conditions, apply these terms in your searches, use Boolean search strategies, filter your results, identify articles that are available in full text, and save articles for later use. Part 1. Accessing CINAHL. We'll start at the library homepage at library.stevenson.edu. Click on the Databases button and scroll down to the C's, then click on CINAHL Plus with full text. You can also go to the Subjects drop-down menu and choose Nursing, then click on CINAHL Plus with full text. If a login screen appears, log in using your SU username and password. Part 2. Searching in CINAHL by keyword. There are a couple of ways to search CINAHL for articles on a particular concept. The simplest way is to enter a keyword. Let's say you are writing a paper about workplace bullying in nursing and type that in the search box. You can go with your original workplace bullying, or you can use one of CINAHL's suggestions. Hit enter or click the search button. This search found over 800 results, which is both good and bad. On the one hand, 800 articles is a lot to pick through manually. We'll go over some strategies to make that easier in a moment. On the other hand, it seems like there should probably be more than 800 articles written about workplace bullying. Where are the rest? Part 3. Understanding CINAHL headings. One thing about library databases is that they may not always use the same keywords or terms that you do. Medical databases such as CINAHL use what they call headings, where they define the term they use for a specific concept. To search for headings, click the Advanced Search link, then click CINAHL Headings. Type in Workplace Bullying again. CINAHL will show you all the headings that are related to your search. In this case, it looks like they don't call this concept workplace bullying, but rather bullying in general. For other concepts, they'll direct you to different terms to use, like workplace diversity. Use workforce diversity. To do a search for the heading, check the Major Concept box next to bullying and click Add to Search, which will look for articles where workplace bullying is the main concept of the article. Do your search again. This time it found over 7,000 results, which is a much bigger pool to choose from. You can also check the Explode box next to bullying and click Add to Search, which will look for articles that are about bullying, as well as any narrower or related subject terms. Do your search again. This time it found over 12,000 results, which is even more than before. However, some of these articles may not be as closely related as ones using bullying as a major concept. Part 4. Using Boolean search strategies. Many databases, including CINAHL, give you the option to search using Boolean operators, which are the and, or, and not words between search terms. Using Boolean is an easy way to get more specific results on a topic. This can be helpful if you have a large number of results, like our 7,000 or 8,000 results on bullying. For most people, the most helpful Boolean operator is and. Using and will give fewer results. For example, if you choose and add emergency department to the search, there are only 52 results. That's significantly less than 7,000, but you know that all of these articles will be about bullying and the emergency department. The or operator is the opposite of and. Using or will give more results. For example, if you choose or and add emergency department to the search, you'll get over 100,000 results. That's probably too many. And it's really the opposite of what you want, because now you have articles about bullying that have nothing to do with the ED and articles about the ED that have nothing to do with bullying. Using or that way is often not that useful. It's more helpful in situations where there are multiple keywords that describe the same concept. For example, if I search for bullying or hazing, I'll get a few more articles than if I searched for bullying alone. The not operator will remove terms from your search. For example, if you search for bullying not emergency department, you'll remove the articles from your search that talked about bullying in the emergency department. However, using not can accidentally remove articles from your search that might have been good. In this example, if there were an article about bullying coworkers who get frazzled in an emergency situation, it would have been removed from your search, and that might have been an article you wanted. Be careful with the way you use the not operator. Part 5. Using search options and filters. Even if you've used Boolean search strategies, you can still end up with a large number of results. Fortunately, CINAHL has several search options that can help. We call these options filters, limiters, or narrowers. The most common filters appear across the top of the screen. Click the full text button to find only articles that you can read in full right now. Click the peer-reviewed button to find articles from peer-reviewed journals. Keep in mind that this filter is only finding journals that have a peer review process. It doesn't necessarily mean that the article itself is peer-reviewed. You will still have to read the article to determine whether it's been vetted by other experts. Click the All Dates drop-down to choose a year range for your articles, such as the last year, 5 years, or a custom range. Click the Source Type drop-down to choose a type of source, such as academic journal articles. There are also additional filters under the All Filters button. If you click this button, the filters will open in a pane on the right side of your screen. Some helpful filters in here are the English language option, which will find only articles written in English. Other filters allow you to choose articles by a specific publishing company in a particular journal or focusing on patients of a certain age or gender. If you need more options, use the Advanced Search. Go back to your search results and click the Advanced Search link. Many of the options that you've already used will be here. However, a couple of additional things that are helpful are the Research Article option. If you're looking only for primary sources, check this box. If you're looking for evidence-based practice information, check the Evidence-Based Practice box. The Author is Nurse options can also be very helpful. If you need an article where at least one of the authors is a nurse with a nursing degree, check the Any Author is Nurse box. If you need an article where the lead primary author is a nurse with a nursing degree, check the First Author is Nurse box. The more filters you use, the smaller your pool of possible articles will be. Try different options to see which gives you the best list of results, then go through your list to choose which articles to use. Part 6. Finding full text. Before you use and cite an article in a project for class, you'll need to read the entire article, what we call the full text. To find the full text, click the Access button. Sometimes, the article will open up right away in your browser window. It may be in PDF format or another format. Other times, you may have to follow the links to get to the article through another database or on another website. Not all articles are available in full text from CINAHL. If the only option is to check for full text or request through interlibrary loan, you can request that we try to get a copy of the article from another library. Interlibrary loan is helpful for articles that we don't already have access to, but it does take some time because we need to process the request and then wait to see if another library can send us the article. To avoid this extra step, use the full text filter to see only articles that we already have in full text. Part 7. Saving your search results. Once you've found an article you want and have access to the full text, we recommend saving it. There's nothing more frustrating than going to write a paper and realizing that you've lost an article that you wanted to reference or cite. There are a couple of ways to save the articles you find. The simplest option is to download the article to your computer. You can leave it on your computer or move it to a cloud drive like OneDrive or Google Drive. Another option is to sign up for a MyEBSCO account so you can save articles as you're searching. Click the MyEBSCO link in the upper right corner, then click Create an Account. You can choose to log in using your Google account or sign up for a new account using your email address and a password. Please note that if you sign up using your SU email and password, this account is separate from your SU account. Changing your SU account's password will not change your password on MyEBSCO. Once you've signed up, log into your account. Now that you're logged in, you can click the ribbon-shaped icon next to each article you want to save. The articles you save will go into your Saved section, and you can move them into different project folders. If you're clicking the ribbon icon to save things, make sure you're logged into your account. If you click the ribbon icon and you're not logged in, the articles will only be saved for the length of your browsing session. Part 8. Contact the library. You should be ready to use CINAHL now that you're able to identify the subject terms CINAHL uses to describe concepts and conditions, apply these terms in your searches, use Boolean search strategies, limit your results, identify articles that are available in full text, and save articles for later use. Thanks for watching. Contact the library if you'd like assistance. If you'd like to share feedback on this tutorial, you can do so at the link or QR code on your screen.